Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife. It's going to be a very different video. So we do a couple different types of videos. We do kind of day in the life where we bring you guys along and we just kind of show you what goes on throughout the day. Sometimes we do sit down videos downstairs in our studio where it's us with our ring light. This is neither of those. This is we both had long days. We're exhausted. We came home. We crashed on the couch. And we're just going to hang out with our friends. That's you. And we're going to talk about our day, talk about life.
Yeah.
Full confession, though, we actually started this vlog
As a day in the life.
as a day in the life. We vlogged this morning, and then our days happened.
And then our days happened.
So imagine this. You're our friends. You've been invited over to our house. We're all just hanging out in our living room. We've all had long days. And we're just, as friends, just going to relax and just going to talk.
Yeah.
Sound good?
I mean, I think it's mostly just going to be us talking and you listening.
Nope, we'll wait. Okay, you guys go ahead, ready to go. This is your time.
It's going to be really boring.
It's going to be a really long vlog. But that's kind of the feel this one's going to have.
Yeah.
All right, so first we're going to talk about how terrible we slept last night.
Oh my goodness. I don't know why. Like, neither one of us. Like, we just
Oh, I know why.
couldn't sleep.
So we actually went to bed at a decent time.
I know. I was so proud of it. Like, both of us were like, we're going to bed. Like, I don't know. I just...
It was a combination of things.
Yeah.
First of all, it was just one of those nights I think neither of us could shut our brain off.
Right.
There was a lot of stuff going on there.
Not that there was anything actually going on. That was the thing. It's
No.
not like my mind was racing with, like, actual things to think about. My brain just wouldn't shut up.
Yep.
Like, there wasn't anything actually important happening up there.
And then about 12:45 this morning, there were,
Sirens.
I couldn't even tell you how many.
Sirens.
Police sirens and ambulance sirens and fire truck sirens and just like going and going and going.
Yeah.
To the
Keeping
point.
in mind that it's been hot, so we have our windows open.
So it was just like,
so it's just really loud.
there were so many sirens that I actually got my phone and got on social media because I was like, whatever they're responding to must be a news story.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see anything last night. We did learn today that there was a fatal car accident not too far from here, so that was what they were going to.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you can't sleep with that.
No.
And so then
Somebody yelling.
I heard this voice outside. And at first I thought it was saying, hello, 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 which is kind of creepy, right?
At like 1 something this morning.
Yeah. And I was like, what is going on? And so I got up and I looked out of the window and there was a guy walking up and down our street, except I saw he had a dog leash in his hand.
Right.
And so I think what he was doing was like calling his dog's name.
Right.
He lost his dog and he was walking up and down the street calling his dog's name.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad. I wanted two things. Number one, I wanted him to be quiet. Number two, I was like, I'm going to go help this poor guy find his dog. Like, I felt so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened with the dog.
Right.
All I know is that his calling out for the dog eventually stopped. So it was just constant, like, brain movement.
Yeah.
It was sirens from the accident. It was the guy walking up and down the street.
Yeah. And my phone's ringing.
Oh, is that your phone?
It's my work phone, and it's after 5 o'clock, so I'm not going to answer it.
Okay, this is really funny. I've only ever heard your work phone ring a handful of times.
It doesn't ring often.
I thought it was
There you go.
I thought it was the ice cream truck, and I was really excited
It's
because
a nice, happy, peppy song.
your ring sounds like an ice cream truck,
Yeah.
and I was like, I've got cash.
Go.
End of the vlog. Go quick.
Nope, that's my work phone.
So we started the day, both of us just like really groggy,
Yeah, just tired.
no energy.
I think I slept harder, like, in between my alarms going off. Like, I think that's the only time I actually dreamed. I was, like, so deep in that 4 minutes.
Isn't that the worst? When it's like, I slept terrible all night, and now my alarm just went off, and now for the next 9 minutes, I'm going to sleep wonderful. Oh, it's the worst. So that's how our day started. Again, we did start vlogging this morning.
Yeah.
And then the day just got insane for both of us.
For both of us, I mean, so you had meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings.
So I had 7 hours in a row of back-to-back nonstop. Like, one meeting just simply led into the next meeting. It wasn't like, okay, there's a half an hour break. It was 7 hours of straight meeting after meeting.
That sounds terrible.
It was a lot.
My day was just busy. I worked in my office, not at home today. And just from, like, the second I got there, it was just, like, go, 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 go. And, like, things to do and new projects come up and going to get stuff. And, like, it was a lot all day.
So we both are feeling like we're so ready for bed already.
I know. I walked in the door at, like, 5:15 or whatever. And I was like, I just want to go to sleep. Like, I just want to sleep right now.
Alas, we cannot sleep right now.
I know.
It's one of those things, it's like, I want to know if you guys, like, what is your, if I go to sleep now, I know my body's going to wake up. And so you make yourself stay awake until what time? What is it for all of you guys? I want to know. Because for us, well...
It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
I was just going to say that.
If I'm really, really tired, I make myself not go to bed until, like, 8:30. Keeping in mind that I still won't get to sleep till, like, 10:30.
I feel like if I go to sleep... Like, if I lay down at 7 or 7:30 and actually fall asleep, I'm waking up at 9:30 or 10.
Right. Just awake then.
Just awake.
It's like your body's like, okay, that was a great nap. Let's go.
And it's like, no, I need a full night's sleep. So
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, too. Like, if I let myself go to sleep now, then I'm just going to wake up and then just be awake all night again.
And so we're just going to hang out with you guys for the next 2 hours. Just kidding. So that was our day. Not bad. It's actually, for me, quite a good day.
It was a good day. I mean, like, nothing bad happened. It was just, like...
Constant.
Just constant, yeah. It was one project to the next, and it was just a lot.
And then tomorrow, both obviously have work again. Mm-hmm. What's your day look like tomorrow? Busy again?
Busy again, yeah.
Yeah. And same for me. And then...
Wrapping up the project that I got right at the end of the day today.
And then tomorrow night we have something with friends. We have dinner with a bunch of friends, which will be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
We need to bring, what did I commit us to? Olives? Lettuce and cucumber.
Yeah.
Cucumber, lettuce, and olives. We're doing like
falafel.
Mediterranean bowls.
Yeah.
As a group, so everybody's bringing something different. So that'll be delicious.
Everybody's bringing a few things.
It'll be very fun. Thursday night I have a work event. And then for this weekend, we are going to the Mount McKinley. We shared this in a vlog recently. We're going to the Mount McKinley Princess Wilderness Lodge.
Yes.
We are also going to take some time. You don't know this yet. We're going to do some exploring in the town of Trapper Creek, where I was raised. Oh. Because we have no plans.
That's true.
Friday night, all day Saturday, or Sunday after we leave.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I wanted to do was kind of drive around. I wanted to go back by Trapper Creek Elementary School, where I went to school. They have a couple different things. Like they have a new, like a park there that I want to see. And just some stuff in Trapper Creek.
Yeah.
A little bit of you guys will get to see my origin story.
Well, sort of.
Well, that's true.
You're 3.
I was 3. So my post-origin story? Well, I don't know. And then, of course, we're going to show you guys the lodge. There's been some updates since we were there last, which would be fun to see for us even.
Yeah, so I had like a town hall with like my whole company on Monday. Is that right? I don't even know what day we were at right now. Monday, I think. And they showed us some of the photos from the lodge that they've just like redone, and very excited to see it in person. It looks really nice.
I am too. Still hoping, fingers crossed, that we're going to get some nice weather, get to see Denali, because the view of Denali from this lodge, one of the very best.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that the weather holds out and we get to actually see it.
I hope so.
Also, try to have some relaxing this weekend.
Yeah. Wanted
to tell you about a couple other trips, some things that you guys don't know about.
Some teasers.
One of them, for me, it actually came up kind of quickly. I'm going to Washington, D.C. In August, like early August, for a work conference. It's actually really cool. So a lot of the work that we do around anti-trafficking stuff, the trends we're seeing is things just moving more online. So we're seeing online used for grooming, online use for exploitation, all of that kind of stuff, which obviously feeds into the work that we do working with survivors.
Right.
So this conference is basically like a set of meetings for people and organizations and businesses that are all in like the tech space or work with survivors. Mm-hmm. So it's largely funded by Amazon, Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, and like Uber, Airbnb. And we're just talking about the use of technology in preventing things like domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, human trafficking. So it will be heavy topics, but I'm really looking forward to it because so much of the work that I've done the last couple of years has been around like digital safety, primarily for Native youth in our state to help prevent exploitation, which then can lead to other things. So I'm looking forward to being with like-minded people because there's not a lot of people who understand that space.
Right.
I will say one thing I'm not looking forward to is Washington, D.C. in August.
Yeah, he told me that, and I was like, ew.
And I did not even think about the weather. When they were like, hey...
Immediately where my brain went.
When I got the email about this and like, can you go to this? I was like, oh, sure, that's fine. And then I was like, oh my gosh.
You're just gonna melt.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a giant puddle.
Yeah.
I think I'm there for 5 days or so. Obviously long travel, going by myself. And so I'll try to get out and do a few things and bring you guys along for my time in D.C. Mm-hmm. One of these trips, you'll actually get to go to D.C. with me.
Well, hopefully.
Although I will say, I think you're glad you're not going in August.
I don't want to go on this one. I'm not going to lie. At first I was like, oh, maybe I could see if I can... Nope. Nope. D.C. in August does not sound like my jam.
And I think the topic, even just like being with me, I don't know how fun I'm going to be.
Right, you're probably going to just kind of crash. So
it's one of the things I think could happen. We have another trip that we are going to tease. I gave you a lot of information about my DC trip. So I told you I'm taking my dad to Seattle for the very first Seahawks game of the year. So it'll be he and I just flying down. This young lady has a birthday in October.
I do.
And all I'm going to say is this. Her birthday weekend is going to involve a trip. It's going to involve a sporting event. It's going to involve friends. And it's going to involve a concert and a long weekend.
Yeah.
My
birthday's on a Saturday this year, which is awesome.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. That was me partying, in case you didn't know.
Okay.
That was me having a good... Right. That was fun time, Adam.
Oh, all right.
I think when we talk about all that we're doing and who we're doing it with, I think many of you will be very, very happy.
I know I am.
It's funny, I was just going to say, and even if you're not...
I'm very happy.
We are. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a blast. And it came to be so fast.
So quickly. Like one day, and we were just like, whoop, all right.
It was almost like thrown out as an idea that was a joke. Like, haha, wouldn't this be hilarious? And then it's like, hey, yes, let's do that.
Okay, but actually, let's just make this
happen.
But
actually, yes. So more about that, but we will be... So that is now a trip in August for me in D.C., a trip in September, me to Seattle, trip in October, us, and probably a trip, I'm trying not to yawn, in late November or December with Mom. That's still the plan.
Yeah.
We're still hoping to get a trip with her, a cruise, something.
Yep.
Before the end of the year or even early next year. So that's, fingers crossed, our goal. Starting to plan a little bit more about future trips. We've had some discussions about our 20th anniversary next year.
Yeah.
I think we have landed on the fact that we would like it to be a bigger trip.
Probably international.
Probably international is what we're thinking. We
haven't nailed down where yet.
Nope, we have some ideas. We've been looking at different options, kicking around stuff.
Yep.
And so that's super exciting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that.
Don't yawn.
I am trying not to yawn, Sherri.
I can see it on your face. You're trying real hard. Don't do it.
Stop. So that's kind of our upcoming travel stuff. We do have some other trips we need to do. We got more our world mark points We got another year deposited into our account, and we did not even use all of our points from this last year.
Right.
And so we need to plan a trip for those.
True.
Your sister, whoa.
Just dropped the camera.
Brother-in-law and our nephews are coming to visit us here in October. And so it's just so funny. I feel like a month ago, we were looking at our calendar, had nothing planned.
We had nothing, right? And now it's like, oh, well, we're kind of filled up.
So July is still pretty open. August, apart from my DC trip, is still pretty open. Dang it, I'm trying to think on. We still really want to do Katmai National Park.
Yeah.
We want to go see the bears down there. Yeah. Whether we're going to be able to financially make that happen, I don't know for sure.
Right.
We will see. So that's kind of our travel update.
Yeah.
Do you miss traveling? Are you ready for more trips? Have these shorter trips been helping?
The shorter trips have been helping. I do feel like we've at least kind of gotten out of town for some weekends, but yeah, I like travel.
I like travel too, and I really like that we have
traveling with you.
That actually helps. But honestly though, if we were like, oh God, I hate traveling with you,
that would suck.
It would suck, and I feel like we wouldn't prioritize travel as much.
I know. I feel like we travel really well together,
and I think that makes it easier.
Yeah. I also just like you.
Thanks. Speaking of that, we did learn that today, as you guys are watching, not as we're filming this, I think it's the 19th, is National Kissing Day.
Oh, yeah.
We did learn that. We were looking at, like, upcoming weird holidays. I was like, oh, tomorrow's National Kissing Day. Today, the 18th, is National Sushi Day.
And we already had dinner, and we didn't even know.
We didn't have sushi.
We didn't have sushi.
That feels like a missed opportunity for us.
Absolutely, it does. Dang it.
I'm so bummed about that.
Yeah.
I'm so bummed about that. Talk about Seahawks tickets for a minute.
Go for it.
So giving tickets to one game to one of my friends, actually a couple games to him and his sons. I think we're going to give tickets to a game to your boss, which will be a blast. I haven't talked to you about this.
Okay.
I'm toying with the idea. LeggLife, tell me about this. A number of you guys live in Seattle, which I love. I think it'd be fun to pick one of the games and do a LeggLife giveaway. So pick one of our viewers, like you guys, here's how, I don't know how to do it. Like maybe like we'll enter a contest. Like basically if you live in Seattle and you can actually go to one of these games, you can't resell my tickets. You have to use them. Choose.
Pixar didn't happen.
Pixar didn't happen. Pick a, like two, basically one person to get 2 tickets from our LeggLife community. You get to use the tickets for a game.
That'd be fun.
Wouldn't it be cool?
I would like that.
So I think we're going to make that happen. I don't yet know exactly how. It'll probably be some kind of, like, you have to enter your name and email address sort of thing. I'll figure that out in the future. That is a great problem for future Adam to figure out.
Yeah, not tonight, Adam. Or Sherri.
Not tired brain Adam.
Yeah.
Anything else? You're still liking your job.
I'm still loving my job. I'm tired today, and so like the project that was kind of given to me kind of near the end of the day, my brain was just like, I don't even know how to do this. And it's really not a hard project, but I had to like stop and figure it out. It's not hard, but my brain was just like, no ma'am. So, but I do still love my job.
And I was going to say, it didn't derail you.
I just had to think about it for a minute. Jump in.
Trying to think of other things to update. Let's update you guys on my mom. Mom continues to do super good. I don't remember if I said this in a vlog recently. I meant to. One of the numbers that we monitor in all of this is a cancer antigen. Basically, it's a protein that's in the body that is elevated with certain types of cancers. And we saw that when Mom last year,
very high.
This number was off the chart high. It has, after going through chemo, that number dropped back down into like the safe range. And here's what's so cool. She stopped chemo last August, I think, ish. Since August, now she's doing blood work every month, so we get that number updated every month. And that number has continued to stay low, down in the safe range, even after being off of chemo for so long.
In the low part of the safe range.
In the low part of the safe range. So,
yeah.
It really does still baffle my mind. Mom actually has a birthday coming up. I mean, last year, You, me, my brother, and sister-in-law flew to Colorado to be with Mom. It was her 75th birthday. And we said, you know what? It's Mom's last birthday. Let's all be together with her for it. And so we were there. She turned 75. We had a big Thanksgiving dinner because that was something growing up Mom always loved. Thanksgiving was always a huge thing in our home. And now she's turning 76. And it's I mean, obviously it's like...
And doing great.
Yeah. Like, how cool is that? It is interesting. I haven't talked about this. I feel like this might be more of a podcast topic, but it's a weird thing, and I don't think you'd call it survivor's guilt. I don't know what necessarily to call it. But one of the things that I wasn't prepared for was, like, I've had friends who have parents who have gotten sick since Mom's gotten better. And I've had parents who have passed away from cancer since then. And it's this weird thing to where I don't know what to say. Because I almost feel guilty because my mom is doing better. and how do you deal with, you know what I mean? Like, how do you navigate that where... Right. Like, you're present with other people in their grief and in their loss. But
also like, oh, but my mom made it and she's doing great.
Well, that's the thing is, like, you don't want to do that.
Right.
And so...
You still want to celebrate that because that's amazing, but you also don't want to, like...
There were people in my life who have lost both parents. Who I struggled to tell, hey, Mom got the news that she's cancer-free. Because that was news that they didn't get.
Right.
And through this whole cancer journey with Mom, one of the things that I've thought about was how this is something that so many people go through, yet it feels like all of us struggle to know how to navigate. And maybe it's because there's not a right way to do this, or there's not a good way. There's not a perfect way to do it. You just have to kind of like fall forward in the best way.
Right. And
that's really hard, and that's one of those things that I didn't anticipate was the heaviness and the weight and the guilt that comes with that.
Right.
I don't know if any of you have any advice on that. I would love it. I'd love to know kind of what your thoughts are around that. Ways.
How do we navigate that?
How do you navigate that?
And still have like sympathy and care for people.
One of the things that I've
in the midst of our
celebration,
joy. Right?
And that's the thing. One of the things that I have found that has helped is even just being honest about that. You know, like you can be present with somebody in their grief and in their pain and in their loss, and you know what I mean. Like it's not an either or. I do think it's a both and thing.
Yeah.
And I think there's a way, like you said, you're not gloating,
right? You're
you
not,
know,
like, rubbing it in, but it is awkward.
It is awkward.
Yeah.
Man, this vlog is all over the place.
Yeah.
This, you know what this feels like to me?
Our normal night.
Okay. Okay, actually, yes.
Our typical conversations.
It feels like one of our road trip podcasts.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Some of you all may not know this. I mean, you guys might have just started watching the vlog recently. We have a podcast that we do.
We do. Sometimes there's an actual topic.
I was going to say, but we try to upload every Saturday. We've actually missed the last two after not missing months.
Right.
We've been doing so good. LeggLifePodcast.com, or you can just search LeggLife on Spotify, on Apple, on whatever podcast platform you use. And sometimes we go really deep into one topic. But one of my favorite things we do is we do road trip podcasts. Yeah. Basically, we hit record, and it is just a like train of thought wherever the conversation takes us.
We just chatter.
And that's what this feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
So go subscribe to LeggLife Podcast. You also can find it here on YouTube. Actually, search LeggLife Podcast here on YouTube and hit subscribe.
What?
What did I say?
Podcast.
Hit the LeggLife Podcast. Ridiculous. LeggLife Podcast.
There you go.
Here on YouTube. Friends, I think that's where we're going to end it. You think?
I think so.
We've been yammering.
I was going to give you a high five because you put your hand over there.
Let's try again? Like, there we go. We've been yammering for almost 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's our living room. I think you did say it good. Like, this is what a normal night in our house sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, this is just sort of how we talk to each other. Like, we just... Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, that is true.
So, it never stops.
Okay. Why did you look at me when you said it never stops talking?
Well, because you kind of never stopped talking, but it was more just like that we just converse all the time.
We do talk a lot. That is actually one of the things that I think has been the best part of our marriage, that has made our marriage, whatever level of health we experience, I think it's because of that.
I think so too. It's definitely not perfect, but I think that we talk about everything.
Really hard things, really good things. What if as soon as we hit stopped recording, the reality in our home was that Sherri was actually the one who talked all the time, and I was actually this really quiet book reading introvert, and Sherri was just like yammer, 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 yammer. It's like, God, Sherri, I get it, quiet already.
Well,
that's not what it's like though.
There's a lot of times that I'm reading my book and he'll literally look at me and be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
reading my book. I'm like, "Oh, do you want to talk?" She's like, "No, I'm reading my book." I'm like, "Let's talk." She's like, "No."
But instead,
yeah.
What if we talked?
Hey, I noticed that you were reading your book. What if you didn't do that and we just had a great conversation? That's the truth of what our house is like.
It's often. Or you'll just start talking to me and I'll put my book down and then you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
All right, friends, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a random Wednesday evening as we just talk through our day.
Right now.
Is it really Tuesday? Cool. Cool.
Yep.
All right, we will see you guys. Who even knows what day? Who even knows when? All right, bye, friends. We love you.